Well, everybody have vlog about PAULA and the Supreme Court of Jamaica. And I'm gonna say this, cause I just want y'all to comment on it. Nothing too great. But I'm gonna say this. The fact that the Supreme Court made that ruling, I think it was a monumental ruling in Jamaica. I think it was good. I think, it shows that courts, they're moving away from the government, because it seems like PAULA, she is definitely tied to the politicians, because Delroy Chuck is the one who put that bill forward. And I heard the news media say both the opposition and the ruling party agreed, which that was a lie. From day one when I heard it, I said, this right here is the perfect example of corruption. And the fact that the Supreme Court did this, it's a win for Jamaica. It's also a win for Vybz Kartel, because I feel the Vybz Kartel, like I said, the evidence is there to convict him. Okay, that's fine. But at the same time, I am a man who always talk about constitutional rights, dog. I always say, yo, the thing named Jamaica first, country first. You understand? I am a nationalist. I will die for my country. No, for real. I will die for my country. So I strongly believe in upholding constitutional rights, even if it makes a guilty man walk free. Constitutional rights is very, very important. We hear the Prime Minister of Barbados, she made a speech to the UN the other day. And in her speech, she talked about the constitution of countries and stuff. But what really kind of caught my ears is the fact that she mentioned, countries like America, Canada, all those places. I've been England, not even talk about England. I've been independent, and I've been under the so-called democracy, independence. They have been independent countries for over 200, 300, 400 years, some of these countries, and we in Jamaica and the Caribbean, I'm speaking about Jamaica, we have only been independent and growing since the 1960, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of crazy. So we are going through growing pains, because I'm quite sure 50 years from now, 100 years from now, Jamaica should be in a better place. You understand? If we can uphold the constitutional laws of the country. And that's just the way I feel. Now, as for Vybz Kartel case, like I said earlier, this is a win for me, because I don't feel like she should be in charge of that case. And number two, I feel like the case is highly publicized. So I even feel like the case should be moved from Kingston. As a matter of fact, the case should be moved from Jamaica to another country in the CARICOM who rule underneath the Privy Council. You know, when it comes to law and stuff like that, sometimes we have to make bold moves and make president moves. You know what I'm saying? So, as for his case, I think it's a win. Now, I'm gonna give him some insight into, I know Nanny not gonna like this, but to be fair, a lot of the evidence is already out there in the public atmosphere. So, in a lot of ways, Vybz Kartel lawyer or lawyers or whoever is gonna defend him, they should try and throw out all these text messages, the audio, everything, because it's out there for 10 years. It went viral on the internet. I made video about it, Sir P, everybody. You know, I mean, it is all over the place. So it's not like these information was sealed. So I think one of the strategy they can use when they go into court, cause yo, let me tell you something. Countryman are the gangster lawyer, you know. You understand? The gangster lawyer. Once they go into court, they can bring that up and ask the judge to really look over these evidence, because I'm quite sure it's the same evidence they have, unless they have something new which they would have to disclose it. So they can argue that the audio, the text, all of those things is out there in the public atmosphere, and it's definitely a negative effect on the client, because you're innocent until proven guilty. I'm just explaining law, and you know, every country law different, but it's still a basic principle of law. Now, with that said, him have other part of the case where witness and stuff like that. Now that's gonna be hard to throw out. And I'm telling you, we don't even know if the witness is still around. So all them statements, if the witnesses are not around, that's also an argument for the defense. But if those witnesses are around, and even if they're not around, they have the statements, so that there might be a trouble spot in this case. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about it. Now, last but not least, before I go, I need to congratulate the PNP government, or I should say the party, because they're not in government. I would like to congratulate them for, especially Philip PAULA, because he is a lawyer, and I guess he's in charge of the business of the PNP, and I have to applaud them too, you know, for bringing that to the Supreme Court of Jamaica. And they have to big up the judge then, Cause when me hear the judge lady attack, that lady, she was confident, she was clear, she was precise, you understand? And she nailed it. And that tells me the country is moving forward. And you can see where at least the Supreme Court is trying to break away from the politics and the stuff. And not only that, you can see where the Supreme Court of Jamaica throw a monkey wrench in the government action, and the government action is trying to take over the courts and take over the prosecution, dog. So if you have the government, the courts have to be a singular body. You understand? The court, remember now, I'm sorry, the judge word is the law, and the prosecutor is supposed to defend us, the people. So when you have the government, you understand, doing stuff like that, yo, it made the ear at the back of my neck stand up. And out of all the murders and the killing and the fuckery we're going on Jamaica, you understand, that right there, sir, where the government Andrew and Delroy Chuck moved to me let this lady stay another 3 years, that shows a lot. You understand? Guys, let me explain something. You know, when you have the executive branch working with the judicial branch in terms of cronyism, now Andrew can use PAULA and PAULA office at his disposal, meaning that they can, for example, they can create false flags. What is a false flag? A false flag can make it look like, yo, crime is out of control, and here comes the savior, PAULA, Andrew, the police, the soldier. Andrew saved the day, him and PAULA, because them get rid of the criminals then. You understand? And that right there can sway public opinion. So I'm just showing you guys one way how corruption can roll, and many other ways. Like you see how Paula does it now. Another way how the corruption is prevalent, when an officer or police do some shit. You understand? Everything is sent to fear office, you know, when our police do a crime, you know. Even a shooting, a basic, everything. And she picks and choose who to charge, what to charge. So the next move that the PNP or the people of Jamaica need to do, we need to break up the DDP office. There is too much power in that one office. So what we need to do, we need to structure it like how America and Canada and those places is structured. Meaning that have federal laws and you have state law. So in Jamaica, you would have federal laws, which would be the country laws, and then you would have parish laws. You understand? Each parish runs their own prison, their own jail, their own lockup. You understand? Now, certain crimes, it's gonna be federal because the local authorities them can't handle it. Like, for example, everybody know in America when you have something really horrible happens, the FBI comes in. That system work. Everybody who is in power in Jamaica, them come a foreign, them live a foreign, them have house a foreign, and them know so that system works. So why don't they move to make it a system like that? You see what I'm saying? So the next move is to break up that DDP office. Let every parish control them own crime, them own parish police, them own city police. So for example, Montego Bay would have a parish police, St. James police. But the city of Montego Bay would have the Montego Bay police. You see what I'm saying? And then any city within the parish or any town who can afford to get a police, you can get them own police, recruit and get them own police and pay them. You see what I'm saying? Once you have that system set up, you have to set up the jail. So parish jails and federal jails. You see what I'm saying? The government of Jamaica, them have to give more power to the parishes. The too much power is in the executive branch, and that's the problem. So listen, I hope you enjoy this video. Like me say, it's a win for Jamaica, and by default it's also a win for Vybz Kartel. You understand? The next move, the PMP for sue, or the people of Jamaica for sue for dismantle that DDP office and break up that system there. My name is Countryman. Remember to like, share, subscribe, click on another video. I'm out.